Last from Tirsa's brother, Roman. Yeah. The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Health experts are closely monitoring a new Omicron subvariant that has been recently detected in Thailand. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez with that story.
Concerns over a possible uptick in cases come as COVID-19 variant Omicron XE was detected in neighboring Thailand, which is currently experiencing a jump in infections. The mutation combines two previous subvariants of Omicron, the BA sub-1 and the BA sub-2. The WHO warned that it's 10% more transmissible than the BA sub-2, the dominant Omicron subvariant in the Philippines. This is a worrying picture for vaccine expert panel member Doc Ronjin Solante.
If this behaves more than a BA2, then that will be dangerous because obviously it will evade vaccine effectiveness and higher transmissible, and it can be another cause of spike and surge of cases.
But the DOH is dousing concerns at the moment.
Dito sa Thailand, sa mga numero ng kaso na nangyari sa kanila, marami sa kanila ay asymptomatic, walang simptomas dito sa XE variant na to. Hanggang sa ngayon, hindi pa nakaklasify ng WHO kung talagang sublineage na rin ito ng Omicron.
Following threats of a new variant, the DOH reminds Filipinos to get vaccinated, especially now that some 30 million eligible vaccinees have yet to get boosted. Earlier, Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Joey Concepcion claims that some 27 million doses are nearing expiration. The DOH has yet to verify that number. And with some 18 million still to get any level of protection, the DOH made its effort more extensive as they go to workplaces and churches to vaccinate more. Mobile journalist Pamela Vasquez, we are One News.
In other news, the health department is calling on Catholic devotees to be cautious in doing certain practices this coming Holy Week. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire has urged church leaders to disallow the traditional pahalik as this could lead to COVID-19 infections. Vergeire also discouraged the reenactment of crucifixions, saying these could lead to possible tetanus infections. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Education Department is preparing to expand face-to-face classes nationwide. We have Laila Pangilinan in Pasay City joining us now to tell us more about this. Hi, Laila. What is the DepEd's target here? How many schools will be resuming in-person classes this coming school year?
Hi, Sean. The Education Secretary Leonor Briones said that more than 21,000 schools have been nominated to safely go back to school. That equates to around 5 million students soon to be taking part of the progressive face-to-face classes during the Bida Kid Ligtas na Balik Eskwela launch or nationwide launch. The Education Department said that it will no longer be called limited face-to-face classes, but it will be called progressive face-to-face classes from now on, Sean.
All right, whatever the name will be, Laila, what then happens to online classes? Will this still be an option available from some schools? For example, some parents are not yet comfortable sending their kids back to physical classes.
Yes, actually, it is still an option, or rather, it will still be part of the better normal. This online classes, it will be part of the better normal. DepEd Secretary Leonor Briones stressed that online classes will still push through as part of blended learning, most especially in subjects like science and technology and in math. Blended learning will be a part of the recovery plan and part of the progressive face-to-face classes, Sean.
All right, and for the students that are going back to, physical classes, Laila, how will the DepEd ensure their safety? What new protocols have been discussed and will be in place once the school year opens?
Mhm. This is actually the essence of today's event, Sean. The Department of Education and Health, Department of Health, including the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, has formally launched today what we call the National Be the Kid campaign to support the safe expansion of face-to-face classes nationwide. BIDA is an acronym actually for Best Friend Natin ang Mask, Ingatan at Maghugas ng Kamay, and Dumistansya. And letter A stands for Airflow Panatilihin. So basically, these are still reminders to our children to be wary and to observe the proper health and safety protocols once we are in school. Also, vaccination plays a very important role, though learners, as per DepEd Secretary Briones, are not required, but they do insist on kids having that.
All right, Laila, I'm not sure. Can you still hear me? The connection's a bit choppy.
But then they are not required, unlike the teachers, they are required to rest of face-to-face learning. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so just to
Can you
wrap
hear
what
me?
you said up, yes, I can hear you. So just to wrap what you said, the teachers are really required to be vaccinated, but with the students, it's still voluntary. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's
All right.
right. That's right. It's more the teachers and non-students, Sean. But still, on the kids, it's still the basic health and safety protocols. That's why the acronym here.
And speaking of vaccinations, are the DepEd and DOH confident about the number of vaccinated children in order for them to safely resume face-to-face classes? Did they present any numbers to the media today?
Yeah, Sean, actually, we have a good number. It's around 70%. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III says that more than 70% of the pediatric population have been vaccinated, and those figures are good enough for kids to safely go back to school. Duque also stressed that a safe school environment is very crucial for the children's development, both academically and emotionally, and that this is the only possible, or this would only be possible, if we continue to champion COVID-19 vaccinations in our communities and commit the minimum public health standards everywhere and at all times, Sean.
All right, thank you for that update. That was Laila Pangilinan reporting to us live from Pasay City. Thank you, Laila. And in Hong Kong, Chief Executive Carrie Lam has announced that she will not be running for a second term. Bloomberg's Jenny Marsh explains what that could mean for the city's future.
I don't think anyone was surprised that Carrie Lam wasn't going to seek a second term since Hong Kong's fifth wave has derailed its COVID zero efforts. It's been pretty clear her political days are numbered. However, people were surprised that she said that she told Beijing she wasn't going to run in March 2021 at the National People's Congress. Since then, Carrie Lam has unveiled a 10-year plan for housing at her public address last October, and she gave an interview with local media which called her the comeback queen. So people had expected that she was going to run until the recent wave. So, you know, I think it was more her timeline that was the surprise. Well, you know, there are people who say, you know, Beijing is running the city anyway, so who cares who's the chief executive? But I do think it will matter what perspective the next candidate brings. So local media have reported over the weekend that John Lee is about to announce his candidacy. He's a career cop. He brings a very strong national security mandate to the role if he stands. On the other side, people are also speculating that Financial Secretary Paul Chan might run. That would steer the city to a much more kind of pro-business leaning. So people are really seeing this as a pivotal election, which direction Hong Kong goes in, towards police state or pivoting back to its financial hub status.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.